Why your comfort zone is killing your dreams. Uncomfortable truths revealed today. If you're new to the channel, I go by the name of ED. For you smart and intelligent folks out there, that just simply means Ed. I have an 8-point framework where today my goal, my challenge is to unpack today's topic, which is entitled The Bold Project Manager, the surprising power of embracing discomfort. You mind if I share a quick quote with you? This quote is entitled by Robert Collier. Be sure to visualize what you want. The law works both ways. If you visualize your worries and your fears, you will make them real. Control your thoughts and you will control your circumstances. Ooh, that's really good. I want to say that one more time, family, just for everybody out there. Be sure to visualize only what you want. The law works both ways. If you visualize your worries and your fears, you will make them real. Control your thoughts and you will control your circumstances. Robert Collier. Point number one, misinterpretation of discomfort. See, family, I wanted to start off with that because I do believe sometimes we misinterpret what discomfort looks like. I am not talking about you're working in a toxic environment and it's discomfort and you're thinking, oh, I'm going to stay here and because I really believe in. I was watching ED's show and he was talking about how you need to be find being uncomfortable. No, 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 no. That's not what we're talking about here. See, that's a misinterpretation or that's a misrepresentation of being discomfort. Discomfort means is you said that, hey, I want to go and do X. And now you want to go do X. Now it's going to stretch you. It's going to make you uncomfortable. I'll give you an example, a more clear example. You said that, hey, I want to create a blog and I'm going to write in that blog once a week and I'm going to post it basically once a week. Now it's you have a discomfort because one, you've never created or posted a blog. Number two, you've told yourself stories that you're not a good writer. And number three, well, you can keep going down the list and naming all the reasons why you haven't started that blog. See, this is the discomfort. The discomfort is saying that you've made a decision, you want to go after something instead of going through the trial of like a little baby, getting up and falling down, getting up and falling down to learn how to walk. You'll rather just go ahead and crawl through it and look for shortcuts. Okay, you don't like that one. How about this one, family? What I'm basically saying is discomfort, meaning and embracing discomfort is saying that I'm willing to stretch myself for something that I said that I wanted. In order for me to do that, I know I'm going to have to go through something to get there. Okay, I hope you like that one, fam. That sounds good. Anyway, first of all, I want to thank you guys for watching. Click on the. Hope you hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed already. I don't know. I'm looking at the numbers. It's kind of looking kind of funny to me. And by the way, it really means the world to us. So please share this episode out with future or present project managers. Let's get into the rest of the show. Point number two: comfort from recovery and discomfort for growth. Okay, let's unpack. There's a dual statement there. So, comfort for recovery. That basically means that, hey, I've really been pushing myself. I've really been working hard at the thing that I said I wanted to achieve. Let's say, for instance, you said I wanted to lose weight. And so every day you said, okay, for 5 days or 3 days out the week, I'm going to work out. Okay, now on the weekend, that is my recovery period. Take advantage of the recovery period. The discomfort from the growth is basically saying, hey, how do I challenge myself and push myself again with the thought in mind that I understand I am on a journey and that I'm not so focused on the destination that I overdo it to a point where I just don't want to do it at all. Okay, let me explain that, family, because maybe if I be more transparent, it'll help you out a little bit. I remember when I said, "Oh yeah, I wanted to start back up working out again," and I was like, "All right, I'm gonna work out 6 days a week." I didn't make the first week, didn't make the second week. I was like, "Wait a minute, let me pivot and find out what's going on here." So let me just start small, and I started at, "All right, My goal is to at least work out 3 days out of the 7 days. I don't care which day, but that is the goal. See what it is, sometimes we get caught up in the dogma of, all right, we need to work out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. No, your goal is 3 days. The outcome is 3 days. The outcome is really, actually, the outcome is losing weight. So if the outcome is losing weight and you've already made a promise to yourself, you're going to work out 3 days. It doesn't have to be Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can go Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday. Point being, family, is you're going to find discomfort in that growth, because either way you look at it, if you worked out more than you've worked out before, you're going to find some discomfort. You're going to find some soreness. You're going to be like, ooh, man, my legs or my arms or whatever that thing is that you're working out on that you said that you wanted to prove. Let's move on to point number 3. Group growth. Listen, I understand that you can go ahead and do it all by yourself. I understand that if you move forward and do it in an individual aspect and don't tell anybody about what you're doing, I get that too. But let me tell you something, family. When you have a group, or you're part of a mastermind or a mentor that's holding you accountable, and these are like-minded individuals. See, when you get around like-minded individuals, it makes you dream higher. It makes you inspire higher. It makes you want to be more than what you thought that you could be, because now you have visual representation. You have mental representation, because you're like, man, if that person did it, why couldn't I do it? I mean, they even said that we're no different. Matter of fact, they even gave me a compliment and said I could be bigger than them. So if that's the case, then what am I waiting for? I'm probably waiting for the perfect time, huh? So to have the discomfort, family, is being able to get with a group of like-minded people, getting in a mastermind or mentorship. You always hear me talking about mentorship, and I always talk about paid mentorship versus not paid. And the only reason why I say that is because there are some people that with in free mentorship, they don't really leverage it the way that it should. But when money is being pulled out your pocket, you're gonna pay attention to what you're paying for. Let's move on to point number 4: the one size fit all growth approach. Listen, all I remember when I was trying to figure out my growth approach, and it's constantly adjusting. Sometimes I'll be, maybe 6 months I'm really focused in on being able to, let's say I wanted to read 40 pages a day, or then I may say, okay, now I need to reduce that down to three. I mean, in my 3 months term, I'm only going to read 20 pages. Point I'm trying to make is, reflect on your past experiences to identify which type of discomfort had led to the most significant growth for you, and seek similar opportunities. That just translates of tailoring your strategies to fit your unique personality, circumstances, and goal. Those three are key areas: personality, circumstances, and goals. I'm not asking you to baby yourself, but you know your schedule, you know your circumstances. And if, because you know that, just because you've seen John, that he gets up at 5 o'clock in the morning, did you look at John's background to see maybe he's single, maybe John doesn't have any kids, maybe. So there's a lot of things that are in question there. So you need to understand what is going to fit your circumstances, and then go all in, and then continuously to adjust. It's just like Scrum. If you're running a Scrum type project, having the ability to pivot. This is all about being discomfort. Point number 5: embracing vulnerability. Listen, being able to open up about personal challenges with someone close to you and to discuss your feelings and fear is going to mean the world, especially if you can connect with someone or a group of people that you could trust, that'll allow you that safe place. That safe place is going to be important, because they're going to push you to say, yes, you can do it. I understand what happened to you, but that's just temporary. Don't allow a temporary situation to be a permanent thought or decision. You have to keep moving forward. You have to keep believing forward. And the only way to do that is to be around like-minded people. I keep saying that over and over again. Hopefully by the end of this video, you'll get tired of me saying it and say, well, I need to be around like-minded people. So I'll give you a little special shout out for this one. There's a group we have. It's called the Project Manager, the Magnetic Project Manager. Basically, this group are for like-minded individuals that want to practice the 3 Ps: pragmatic around basically having the ability to practice real life project management, personal development. We understand that it's a 1% growth, meaning 1% each day. I want to get better. How do I get better? What are the things I need to cut out? What are the things I need to bring in my life? And then the final and last thing, which you're probably here for, is project management. So again, family, want to ensure that we follow these 3 Ps. All right, let's move on to point number six. Point number six, building resilience. Listen, through being uncomfortable, you're gonna start developing a personal mantra for beating resilience. You're gonna start looking at resilience and you're gonna start laughing like, all right, well, that's what it is. And you're going to find ways to push through it because you identify, okay, let me give you a more clear and actionable step. Every morning I share this, family. When I wake up, the first thing I want to do is put on some personal development, some type of motivation to get me going. Now, understand this, because I'm listening to the motivation, that doesn't mean my circumstances are going to change overnight. But I have a choice. Oh, excuse me. I have a decision. Either I can keep focused on the negative aspects or I can focus on the positive things of life. It's easier to focus on the negatives because they're right there. The positives, it takes more time. It takes more brain power to really believe that it's possible. It takes more opportunity to believe that it's possible. What I mean by opportunity, opportunity in yourself, opportunity that you know, not think that things can turn around. So I do that because it gets me going. And does it mean that I need that every morning? It depends. It depends on what I talked about on the earlier. You need to know your circumstances. What are you walking into every morning as far as the challenges you're facing? Why not get yourself ready for the challenges you may be going up against? So let's move on. Point number seven, learning opportunities versus setbacks. Being able to write down your failures and list out what it taught you as far as being resilient and the strategies and how you've grown from this is going to be one of those key aspects for your growth as a person. And I understand being in a very uncomfortable situation. This is uncomfortable, but after a while it became comfortable. And the reason why is I had to make a decision. Do I want to get in front of the camera and understand that what comes with this is people will judge you, people will troll you, people will make comments. You like, hey, I'm giving away free content. I'm just here to over deliver, and you're judging me. So you go through these type of things, but if I wouldn't have it any other way because this gives me an opportunity to grow. So again, family, be able to understand the learning opportunity versus the setback, because I hate to sound really cliche, but we understand the setback is for a setup. It's again, what lenses are you putting on when you're looking at what you're dealing with? Point number eight, improve your adaptability. Listen, having the ability to change your daily routine each week to keep your adaptability skills sharp. Reason why I recommend that is because you never know how, like, what may come up, and you having the ability to be adaptable. Like, yes, you have a routine, yes, you have a framework, but if someone challenges that framework or something happens with your routine, where how can you bounce back? How will you not just all of a sudden, like, yes, I get up every morning and I need to have that, like I talked about the motivation, but what if I can't listen to that motivation in the morning? How do I respond? And some days, so this is really kind of a message to myself in a sense of saying, uh, how would I break that? Here's my response. How I would break that if that happened to me and I couldn't listen to my motivation in the morning, I would find another time where I can knock in and listen to it. Doesn't mean just because I missed it in the morning, that doesn't mean there's not an opportunity. So again, having that ability to be adaptable is definitely a key. Here's my bonus for you today. So if you stuck around, I appreciate you sticking around. Redefining success. Listen, you need to write down a personal definition of what success looks like to you that includes elements beyond conventional achievements such as resilience, adaptability, and continuous learning. Listen, you know what success looks like to you. You know what you've envisioned or what you like success is. So it's good to model other people, but the people that you model, that may not be the success that you are after. There may be something different. So find out what that success is for you and go about it very bold and be strong about it and have the courage to be discomfortable for a temporary moment while you're chasing your goal. Until next time, this has been your boy AD, and I'm out.